Morning Year 9, this is a very quick message from me about your history work. Now, last lesson we started to answer a question. I'm going to show you now, just as a reminder, the question that we answered. So last lesson, if you were here, we started to answer this question. How did the Russian revolution happen as part of your health check? If you were in the lesson, then you were given a sheet on which to answer this question. And lots of you started to answer it towards the end of the lesson. Your only task actually is for this week is to finish off writing your answer, because that's what we would have been doing in the lesson anyway. So on the screen right now, you can see the sentence starters and structures which I shared with you last time. And again, just as a reminder, they're split into our assessment gradings that we use at the school. Yellow, or on the left-hand side, or your left, is emerging. Green in the middle is proficient. And purple on the right is sophisticated. If you're working or trying to do the sophisticated one, as I said in the lesson, really what I'm asking you to do here is write at least 3 paragraphs. You might want to write more than that, and that's absolutely fine. We're trying to build on what we did in Cycle A with World War I, where I said, you know what, there's some flexibility as to how you write this. You might want to focus on different causes. You might want to start in an unusual place to help you emphasize autocracy, or emphasize World War I, or emphasize Rasputin, for example, as a reason as to why the Russian Revolution happened. Also, if you're aiming for a sophisticated level, you need to use at least 5 of those terms that I've listed below. And I say at least 5 because really, you should be aiming to use as many as you can. Probably even more than 5. Now, if you were not here, then what I suggest that you do, I'm just going to share a slightly different screen with you. If you were not here, what I suggest that you do is go to your history booklet, and in your history booklet, you're going to turn to lesson 5, which is the one that you can see on the screen right now, and you're going to work your way through lesson 5 in your workbook. Then the final thing that you are going to do is write your answer to this question. How did the Russian Revolution happen? Now, if you were in the lesson, what I would have asked you to do is spend some time planning your answer to that question. How did the Russian Revolution happen? In the space that you can see now on the final page of lesson 5, the space you can see on the board. When you are planning on the screen, when you're planning your answer, what I suggest you do is split it into 3. You know, from what I just showed you, that you're going to be asked to think about trigger, underlying, and root causes. So you might want to write a paragraph on each of those, was the advice I gave to people in the lessons. When you've planned it and you're ready to answer that question, how did the Russian Revolution happen? Obviously, if you weren't here, you won't have the sheet printed out. What I need you to do is write your answer in your prep book, write your answer in your pink prep book, or if you don't have that, why have you not got it? You should. If you don't have that, find a piece of paper and write it on that. When we're in school, we're going to scan it in and you can give that to me, okay? So if you weren't here, then you need to answer that question. I am going to put up a second video going through this lesson in more detail with you, okay? So if you weren't here, do the lesson, then answer the question. But everybody, you need to finish your answer to that question, because you are not going to have any more time to do it once we are back in school, because we're going to have to make up for some lost time. I hope you have a really good day, and hopefully I'll see you, but if not, I'll speak to you soon.